Marta, I had assumed for such a long time that you were awful at saving money for the future. However, I've just learned that you have over $500,000 saved up and everything? Huh? Wait, did you end up going into my place without ever asking me first? I have a lock on the place and everything that I keep locked, yet you still made it inside there? I just had to break your doorknob in order to get the door open, but that was pretty easy. You broke my frickin' doorknob to get into my place? Your door seemed to only be made out of cheap plywood or something like that, so it wasn't too hard to get your doorknob to break. What the hell? I'm only renting this place, so you need to calm the hell down. I was then able to get through your door after breaking the lock and everything, and was able to get a good look at your bank book. And that's when you got a good look at the account that has $500,000 in it, huh? That's absolutely right. So would you mind telling me why you have that kind of money saved up in there? Don't tell me that you did something unlawful to get your hands on that kind of money and that's where you've been keeping it. That's not how I got that money at all, Mom. Well, since you've seen the amount I have now, it'd be better for me to explain where it's all from and what it's for to you. That $500,000 is being saved by me for when I plan to retire so that I have something to fall back on in my old age. Retirement money? I've already told you before that I have no plans of getting married to anyone, right? I mean, I might one day have the urge to go out and marry someone if they end up being the person I'd want to spend the rest of my life with. But I'm already in my 30s now, and so I don't think that time will ever come. I think I'm better off just staying single and enjoying my life the way I like it. So in order to protect myself as I keep on aging, I've been saving up a large amount of money in case I ever need it for an emergency. But primarily for when I'm too old to care for myself. I understand that with work and everything, I'll most likely get myself a pension and perhaps a package on top of that as well when retiring. But it's nice to know I have some extra wealth to rely on if that money isn't enough. I've been working on saving that money up for about 10 years now, and with the help of some bonuses from work, it's made it to $500,000. Is that right? Well, now I can finally see that you didn't steal it from anywhere or something like that. Now I have something to ask you. Would you please give all that money to your older brother and his wife so that they can put it into their new home and get on with their lives? What? You understand that your brother has begun the process of building a new house, right, for his wife? I do know about that, yes. He even held a groundbreaking ceremony for the place as well, right? But, Mom, you can't just ask me to hand over my savings to him for something like that. Both he and his wife do very well for themselves and are great at saving their own money up. So I doubt that either of them need my money in order to build that place, right? If you're going to say no to me, then I'm going to have you kicked out. Huh? Have me kicked out of the house? What house are you talking about? I'm talking about your family's house. You know that I'm talking about having you kicked out of this place, right? Huh? I can't believe you, Marta. Going into your 40s here soon, and yet you're still living with your parents and everything in our house? I'm working a job of my own now, and I pay for my right to be here. Are you not aware that being the age you are and still living with your parents in their house causes them a lot of frustration? Causes you guys a lot of frustration? You think I'm the one causing you guys all the problems? I do, I sure do. All you are is a middle-aged woman that only cares about money and never plans on finding herself a husband. You may be our daughter, but you cause your father and I a lot of embarrassment by not moving out. You have a very long time before you need to start worrying about retirement and all of that. All you have to do is hand that money over to your brother, and then you can start saving up all over again and get that money back by the time you do have to retire. So if you want to continue living here with us, then you have to give up that $500,000 and hand it over to us. I'm not going to say all of this again to you, you greedy, husbandless woman. What's going on with you? Jake, do you have a moment to talk with me? I have something that I'd really like to ask you about.
Hey, Marta! What's going on with you?
When it comes to you and your wife, you both aren't struggling with money at the moment, correct?
Huh? Why are you asking me a question such as that?
Before I tell you, can you give me an answer to that question?
We're doing fine over here. And we don't really plan to get any help with the money right now anyway. If we really needed money and we had to go and get a bunch of loans, we'd never be building a house like the one we're working on.
That's what I thought. I know that I had to ask you something pretty personal, but it makes me feel a little better knowing that you guys aren't the problem. Sorry that it was something like that I was asking about.
You don't have to be so sorry about it. But it's very rare for someone like you to be asking me a question like that. What's been going on that's made you feel the need to ask?
Well, it has something to do with Mom again.
Again? Is she trying to do something strange with you again?
Well, what she's asked of me has something to do with you, and that's both why I've asked you that question and did so with a little bit of hesitation to telling you why.
What does she have to do with me?
Early today, around lunch, I was going out with a client of mine to have some talks. And while I was out doing that, Mom went and broke the doorknob to my place and went inside after completely ruining the door.
She broke down your door, basically?
And when she was in my place looking through my drawers, she stumbled across my bank book and got a good look at my savings account that has $500,000 in it.
Why is she in your place in the first place?
Well, it's because of things like this that I have you holding on to one of my checkbooks, and why I carry the other one on me at all times. So she was never able to actually access any of the money in my account. But she began asking me about the money while I was still out with my client. I couldn't just hide the reason for me having that money from her, since she'd probably get the wrong idea from it. So I told her the truth about the savings account and that it's meant for retirement. But after doing that, well, she asked me to take all of that $500,000 and hand it over to you guys for your new house to be built.
Huh?
Can you tell me what's really going on here?
Wait, I don't want anything to do with the money you've been saving, okay? We don't need it here.
That's what I was thinking. I even knew you'd say that to me.
But that's interesting. Interesting that she would say something like that about me.
What the hell is going on with her this time, I wonder?
Marta, this might be happening because of something I said or did around her.
Huh? What do you think happened to cause this?
Well, to tell you the truth, the construction on my new house has only just begun, but they've already gotten most of the wood beams up and everything. The skeleton, you know? And, well, Mom came and saw all of that.
That house you're having built right now is for you, your wife, and her parents to come and live in when it's finished, right? What was her reason for going out there to see the place being built?
Yeah, well, at first I thought she was there to just check the place out a little bit due to her curiosity, but I think she realized that there are two houses being built on the land and started to think about it.
There's another part being built separately?
Well, that building is really being used for my wife to use as a classroom for when she teaches flower arrangement. But she came up to ask me to let her live there, and then kind of forced us to let her live there. And she even began to call us over and over again about it, and asking us to let her live there in that separate building.
Wait, but that's not okay. Your wife is pregnant at the moment as well, right? Your wife is in her late 40s as well now, so she can't have that kind of stress worrying about Mom and her antics while carrying a baby.
That's right. Hence why I've gone and blocked her number, and that way she won't be able to talk to us anymore while my wife is carrying our baby. So that's kind of the reason for why she might be coming after you now. Mom's a total jerk for pushing herself onto both of us like this. So to get her to leave us alone for good, I just sent her one text before blocking her, saying that if she brings me $500,000, then she can come and live in the new house with us.
Ah, and that's why she wants the $500,000 from me then.
In other words, I thought telling her off with some kind of deal like that would get her to leave everyone alone, but it's only made things a lot more crazy for us all. I'm sorry, Marta. I didn't think that any of this would spread to you so quickly, or at all for that matter.
I see. So that's what happened to get her to act this way. I'm not sure if she realized you were serious about that offer or not, but she seems to have started to look around for some money to start paying you. And when she saw that I had exactly that amount in my bank account, she told me to give it to you to help you with the house, which isn't the case after all.
I'm so sorry about this, Marta. Seriously.
Well, it's fine. This is a bit more than I was expecting, but it's actually kind of nice knowing that you guys are financially okay and don't really need my money for anything.
You feel alright about all this?
She gave me an ultimatum regarding the money, saying that if I don't give up my money, that she'd kick me out of her house. However, I've had a place in my name for a while now, but just haven't fully moved into it yet. And I've just kind of been sitting around thinking about what to do with the place. And since I'm not being threatened with being kicked out of the house, this might be the perfect chance for me to move the rest of myself into that place.
She said she would kick you out? That's a bit too extreme. She really has no idea about anything regarding our lives, does she?
That's right. So if she really wants to talk to me like that, then I guess I will go back to living in that other place I have.
I see. Well, have fun with that then. And if you need anything from me while that's going on, just give me a heads up and I'll come by.
Marta? If you don't want me telling my single and greedy daughter about what I'll do to her here soon, then hand me that $500,000, all right? If you don't, then you're going to have a real problem on your hands. You're going to lose the place you live in and then be forced onto the streets. And I might even have to cut ties with you as well. You understand that, right? I understand and am totally fine with that. Huh? I'm not handing you over that $500,000 you so desperately want from me. So I'm supposed to leave the house now, right? Huh? Wait a second there, Marta. From what I can tell, you don't actually understand what I've told you then, right? After you are kicked out of this house, I'm going to cut ties with you for good. Yeah, and that's totally okay with me, Mom. Huh? And actually, I'm already out of that house now. Huh? I've gone back to my old place that I've had under my name for a while now, and I've made sure to bring all my things with me. So you don't have to worry about me anymore, okay? Huh? What place are you talking about? Huh? Why are you getting all surprised about this? Well, look, Well, 2 years ago you ran out of money to support yourself on your own, and that's why you came back home to live with us, right? And when your father died last year, the money from him... You were after that, right? Excuse me? What are you talking about? The whole reason I came back home to live with you guys is because Dad was sick and you guys needed my help. And when he passed away, I couldn't just leave you, so I stuck around to continue to care for your needs. Right? Huh? Have you had no clue about all of this whole time? I guess I'll have to make this explanation as simple as possible for you then. To start, that place you've been living in with Dad for the past few years costs about $800 in rent each month. But the person that's actually been paying the rent this whole time has been me. Huh? For the longest time, Dad had been the one with his name on the place, but after he passed away, I was given the place to continue renting. Is that right? And not just the rent, but the water and gas, as well as the electricity and the food have all been paid for by me. I've been getting around $500 from Jake each month, but the rest is paid for by me. And as for the money that you've been spending for the past year now, that's all been from Dad after he passed away. But I'm assuming, based on how much you spend all the time, that amount from him is running dry and will all be gone soon. Are you sure? I am. Also, the main reason I haven't left the house and you this whole time after Dad became sick and then passed away is just because you can't do jack by yourself. You can't cook, you can't clean, you can barely even change your clothes without me telling you to sometimes. You made Dad do all the housework back when he was alive and well, right? Well, Dad was a whole lot better at doing all those things than me. And back when Jake and I were both growing up with you guys, the three of us would be able to do all the chores while you just sat around. But you never once lifted a finger to come and help us out, and that painted a very bad picture of you in our heads. To be frank, you aren't in any shape to need someone around that needs to care for you, and you are able to get anything done that needs to be done on your own. So you should be forced to do that now. But of course, you still need the rent and stuff paid for on that house, so I couldn't just leave you to handle all that on your own. Jake has taken over the company of his father-in-law and doesn't have time to come over to you guys anymore. And as for me, I work remotely and can make my own schedule up, so I'm the only one in the family with a situation that works out well enough to allow me to be there at your house. That's the whole reason I had to leave my place and come back to you both when you guys needed the house.
I never knew about any of this before.
We've told you plenty of times before. Even Dad told you before he passed away. But I do remember that every time we'd talk with you about it, you'd go on whining about how you wanted to go and live with Jake and leave Dad behind with me at the house. And even after he passed away, you still whined about being with Jake and his wife, so you never ever listened to what we had to tell you.
But that's because it's normal for the mother to go and live with her oldest son.
And that's why everyone told you over and over again that Jake and his wife have been having to care for her parents. Because unlike your lazy butt, the both of them can't even walk well enough anymore and need the help. And another reason they don't want you around anymore is because you kept trying to force them to let you live there. Why don't you just listen to what they have to say and then be quiet about it? I understand that you would have looked at the place and thought that you'd be able to just squeeze on into it, but that extra building you saw being built is meant to be for his wife's flower arranging classes, which they are now going to be using to house her parents in. But you didn't even listen to that story either and have now created a lot of unnecessary stress for them all.
But Jake told me that if I had $500,000 to give to him, he'd think about letting me live there. That's why I need your $500,000.
Jake only said that as a way of getting you to stop talking to them, and it almost worked out for everyone.
Huh?
He never thought that you'd come looking for money from me and then expect to get said money once you found it.
But he's going to need that money for the house, right?
He told me he doesn't even need my $500,000 and to keep it.
What? But that's...
It looks like we've both gone on a bit too long with this, but that's what's been happening, Mom.
Marta?
I've told the real estate agency that starting next month, the contract on that place is being canceled.
You're canceling it?
You have until next April to move out of there.
But that's not even half a year away anymore. You have a place already and prepared for me to live in next, right?
And it seems that Jake has been on to that.
What?
But be aware that this doesn't mean you're going to go and live with him next.
Then what is he planning to do with me?
Well...
Marta, what the hell? You are my gosh dang daughter, so you take care of me until the day I die.
Shut the hell up, Mom.
Huh?
Have you not even realized yet that I'm super pissed at you?
Marta?
You started all of this off by saying that you'd have me kicked out of my own place and then cut ties to me. But only an hour or so later, you're asking for me to take care of you until the end? I'm tired of listening to you change your mind all the time, only to fit your selfish needs.
Wait a second. You can't talk to me like that.
Who the hell was the one that asked for me to be this upset?
Huh?
Having to keep talking to you like this is hurting my heart. I can't do this with you any longer. I'll do as you've asked and cut ties with you.
Wait, Marta!
Goodbye forever.
Marta!
After I finished with her, I handed everything off to my brother to finish up. Since my mom didn't really have any more money for herself, Jake ended up spending a little bit on her to make sure that she was sent to an old folks' home to spend the rest of her days. But on the day she was supposed to go into her new living quarters, she began to bawl her eyes out and ran to Jake's house looking for him to take her, but that never happened. She then proceeded to head back to the old folks' home and moved into her room. Every so often, we get calls from the place regarding her, saying that she doesn't require a lot of their attention, but she's also not really bonding with any of the other people living there. Now, as for me, after telling my mom that I was through with her out of anger and then explaining I was cutting ties to her, I never got a text or call from her again. I'm thinking that the next time I'll be meeting with her will be at her funeral. But of course, I don't mind that becoming reality, and have started to only focus on myself and the fun life I want to live. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hello, Anne. I hope I'm not interrupting your dinner or anything. Do you have a little time to talk?
Oh, hi, Dad. We just finished dinner. Just sitting around watching TV. What's the matter? Can I help you with something? I hope it's nothing serious.
No, nothing like that. I just wanted to know what you're doing tomorrow. You and David are going to be home, aren't you? It's Friday, and I thought maybe you guys might be home.
Yeah, David's back for a meeting at the head office on Monday, so he's returned today to spend the weekend together. As you know, he's assigned to the East Coast office until that project gets off the ground, so he wanted to relax at home for a change. He's scheduled back east on Tuesday.
I sort of wanted to see my son, too. Would it be a bother if I stopped in tomorrow? I know you want to spend time with him, but just for a little while, perhaps?
Do you plan to come alone? I mean, I just want to know because I would need to prepare lunch.
Yeah, that's thoughtful of you. Thank you. And you know, David hates it when his mother gets too possessive and starts doting over him. She tends to do that. To be honest, David called me and made me a promise not to tell her that he was returning.
Right. We were just talking about that as a matter of fact. He also made me swear not to mention a word about his return.
Yes, well, I had to lie to her. I told her I was seeing an old friend who happened to be in town, and that I was driving over to have lunch with him. I sort of feel bad lying to her, but I really have no choice. Actually, I'm really seeing this friend, so it's not if I'm really lying. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. That's way better. I'll talk to David later so we can get our story straight, just in case.
Yeah, thanks. Better to be on the safe side just in case. Okay, so tomorrow I plan to meet up with my friend in the morning, and then I will head over. Is 1 p.m. or so alright with you guys?
Yeah, no problem. I'll have lunch ready for you. I bet you're excited to see your son.
Yes, certainly am. Okay, Anne. See you tomorrow.
Hello, Anne. Are you there? Pick up, would you please? I want you to clean the house tomorrow, and I won't take no for an answer. So what I want you to do is take the day off and drive over here at noon or so. Please start with the living room. It needs a good vacuuming. Excuse me? This is all kind of sudden, isn't it? I said no excuses. You have your car, right? Pick up some floor cleaner on your way here, would you? We're out. After you're done cleaning, I need you to go out and do some grocery shopping. I have to replenish some big item stuff. Case of bottled water and a case of canned soup. I've got a whole list here. And you know I have a bad back, so help me out here, would you? I'm sorry, but I just can't make it tomorrow. I already made an important appointment. I really can't change it. What did I just say? I said I will not take no for an answer. Besides, what's more important than helping out your husband's mother when she's in trouble? You better get your priorities straight, Anne. Well, my priority tomorrow is that I have an important schedule that I cannot change no matter what. I'm afraid you're going to have to take that no for an answer. End of story. But I'm willing to help you out on another day, but as for tomorrow, it's not going to happen. I'm really sorry about that. I'm just asking you to do a little cleaning and shopping for me for Pete's sake. That's the least you can do for your mother. Mother? Where do you think I live? You're at least an hour and a half drive away. I can't just pop over there and do the cleaning and shopping and pop back home again. It would take the entire day. Am I hearing you right? What's an hour and a half drive anyway? That's nothing. You know what people call women like you. They call people like you foot draggers. A lazy bum is what you are. I just cannot understand why David even married you. How can you act this way towards your mother-in-law? No matter what you say, Mother, I'm not changing my schedule, and that's that. No further discussion required. Goodbye.
Anne, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, Dad. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just finished meeting with my friend. I'm on my way there now. I should get there in about 20 minutes. No change of plans, I hope?
No changes. Just be careful driving over here. The traffic seems a bit heavy today. No need to pick up anything on the way. We're all set for lunch. Anne, where the hell are you? I thought you would be cleaning the living room about now. I always knew you were lazy, but I didn't realize you were this much of a good-for-nothing slacker. I waited all morning for you. I never thought you would defy me so blatantly. There are consequences for your insubordinate attitude. You do realize that, I hope. The living room still needs vacuuming, and you still have to pick up all those items at the grocery store. The store's not going to be open all night. I want this done today. This is the job of the daughter-in-law. You must get over here right this minute and get to work. I want you here in 30 minutes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You hear me, Anne? There will be consequences if you disobey me. As punishment for defying me and not showing up as I asked, you are going to have to prepare dinner tonight, too. And I'm not talking about slapping a ham and cheese sandwich together. A proper dinner. You got that? Mother, are you finished? You were going on, and I couldn't get a text in edgewise. I thought I told you I wasn't going over there. I have another important appointment that I cannot cancel. I thought you understood. And I thought I told you to give your mother-in-law priority above all others, didn't I? I said my answer was no. And I wanted no further discussion about it. What is so hard to understand about that? You really are one cheeky woman, Anne. And to think that my dear son, my precious David, married you, what was he thinking? You're just a deadbeat wife, you know what, Anne? I want you to divorce my son and disappear from our family forever. That's what I want from you. Mom, I would refrain from such name-calling if I were you. It's not as if we're simply talking face-to-face. All this is recorded and saved. Name-calling, huh? I'm being kind. I have worse things I want to call you, but I'm holding back. Besides, what I'm doing is providing discipline to a disobedient daughter-in-law. That's what I'm doing. I may name-call on occasion, but it's for your own good. Okay, whatever, but I should tell you that your husband is furious. My husband? What are you talking about? He's not even here today. He's off meeting some old friend that's in town.
Caroline, what is wrong with... What is this all about, for God's sake? I wish you would put a stop to all of this. Why do you have to treat Anne so horribly? What did she ever do to you?
Is that you, Robert? What is this? Why are you texting me?
I'm over here at Anne and David's place right now. Anne showed me what you've been saying to her. What is this? A lazy, deadbeat wife? Really? How could you say such things to Anne?
What? You're at David's place now? Why?
David came back for a few days. Apparently, he has a meeting at the office on Monday. He wanted to spend time with Anne over the weekend. I heard he was here, so on my way back from meeting my friend, I stopped in to say hello.
Pardon me, David is back? He's home now? Why didn't anybody tell me? What's going on here? This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, of course you haven't. I kept it from you. I didn't want you to know.
If only you had told me, I would have gone with you today. How could you not tell me, Robert? If I had known, I could have gone over there and provided Anne with the discipline that she needs to become a better housewife. Why didn't you tell me, Robert?
You want to know why I didn't tell you, dear? That's because David asked me not to tell you.
Huh? David asked you not to tell me? How can that be? Why would he do a thing like that?
You really don't get it, do you, Caroline? Don't you see what you're doing?
Get what? What are you talking about? What do I not get, Robert?
It's the fact that David is keeping his distance from you. He's avoiding having to deal with you.
Keeping his distance? Did he say that? That he wants to avoid dealing with me, but why? I don't believe you, Robert. Why would my dear son want to avoid me, his own mother? I brought him up. I adored and doted on him since he was just a baby. I devoted my life to my son. How could such dedication and love not get through to him? How could he not feel the love I feel toward him?
That's exactly what he finds intolerable. That fanatical devotion you have towards him. But is it really love? Isn't it just arrogance? A form of narcissism? I really wish you would wake up and smell the coffee.
How dare you say that to me, Robert? How about you? What have you done? Tell me, Robert, as a father, what have you done for David that was so great? Did you shower him with love like I have all these years?
As David's father, I think I've done what's necessary. I know that I'm always here for him when he needs me, and I would do anything for him if asked.
Pardon me, that's all? That you're there for him? I could say the same.
Well, let me give you 2 examples of what I mean. The first example is David introduced me to his best friend, an old classmate of his from college.
Excuse me, his best friend? What's that have to do with anything?
It has everything to do with it, Caroline. His best friend, Daniel. You know Daniel, right?
Wait, Daniel? Are you talking about that Daniel? He's that parentless boy, that orphan, that Daniel? I told him not to associate with him. He is not of our caliber.
That's the one. You do remember him, don't you?
How could he be David's best friend? You must be mistaken. You know that people like that, kids who grow up without parents, don't amount to much.
Well, that Daniel that you so abhor, he's currently the CEO of a major corporation. A corporation that generates over $1 billion a year.
No, that can't be. Not that orphan.
He graduated from a top university all on his own. Finished at the top of his class right after he graduated. He started his own company and in no time built it to what it is today. When David first met him, he told me that I knew Daniel would go far, that he'd succeed beyond anyone's wildest dreams. And he was right. Unlike you, David has a good eye for people. He knew Daniel would make a name for himself someday. He had no doubt in his mind.
That Daniel? That parentless young man? He runs $1 billion company. He's the CEO of this company? Are you serious?
And the second example. This concerns Anne, David's wife and your daughter-in-law. David introduced me to her 2 years before they even got married. He told me that he was in love with her and was seriously thinking about marrying her.
He introduced Anne to you 2 years before they got married?
That's right. At the time, he told me he was going to introduce you to Annie right before getting married. As I recall, it was like 2 or 3 months before, wasn't it? He was sure you'd kick up a fuss and would totally reject the marriage outright.
Is that why he rejected that nice woman that I was going to introduce to him back then? It was because he was already going out with Anne? He was already planning to marry her? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And who was this woman you were going to introduce him to anyways?
You know her too. It's Sandy. From when he was in high school. You remember her.
Wait a second, Caroline. That's Sandy? Are you out of your mind?
Why are you so shocked? I worked with her at the mall. She's so nice and very energetic and friendly. She would have been perfect for David. Did you know that their father is a company president? Sandy is much more suited for David than Anne. Wasn't her father just some company clerk or something? I never really asked her.
You're forgetting one thing, Caroline. I heard that this Sandy has 3 kids, and she's not even married, for God's sake. On top of that, They aren't even sure who the father is. And you wanted David to marry this girl?
Pardon me? Where did you hear that?
Not only does she have 3 kids, she's been divorced twice. I heard that her parents are so fed up that they're not even talking anymore.
Is that true? You're not making that up, are you? I had no idea Sandy had...
Everybody knows everybody around the area. Where have you been? I'm surprised one of your lady friends weren't gossiping about it. Your discriminatory views are apparent, Caroline. You only look at things superficially.
How could you say that? Are you saying that I'm prejudiced? That was not my intention.
I'm so glad that David has an eye for people. He knows good people when he sees them. If we had left it up to you to decide who David should marry, I'm sure he would have suffered the consequences. I'm glad he defied you and made his own decisions. His life would have been very different.
I thought only of his happiness. I thought it was best for him, that's all.
We really got off track, haven't we? I suspected that you probably had ill will towards Anne and probably call her a name or two. But this? Are you serious, Caroline? How could you call her such despicable names?
Like I was saying, this was merely part of disciplining her. She'll never be a good housewife if she's not taught proper manners.
Lazy deadbeat wife is going a little too far, isn't it? You come off as a hateful bully is all. David is standing right here next to me. He's in total agreement. You've gone too far, Caroline.
No, this can't be. David wouldn't feel that way toward me. I'm going to head home pretty soon. You will be home, I hope?
We need to sit down and talk, Caroline. We need to discuss our future.
Discuss our future? What are you talking about?
10 years ago, I was forced to accept defeat because of your reaction. Your total hysteria. But this time, I've had it. There are just too many complications involved this time. I cannot ignore it any longer. Unlike 10 years ago, my mind is set. There is no one who is going to change my mind. You can become enraged all you want. Become hysterical all you want. My decision is final.
Huh? What do you mean, final? Are you serious, Robert? Anne, where are you? Where did you disappear to, for Pete's sake? I want you to reply right this second. This is an emergency. Where have you gone?
Oh, hello, Mother. What can I do for you? You seem kinda upset.
There's nobody here. Where have you disappeared to?
Oh, I see what this is about. So you did go to our house. Robert was right after all. He advised us to move out as soon as possible. I was a little reluctant at first, but he was right after all. I'm glad I took his advice.
My husband's advice? What are you talking about?
No, Caroline. He's no longer your husband.
Shut your mouth! This is all his fault. All Robert's fault. He just could not comprehend the love and consideration that I devoted to David. Unlike my husband, I was always thinking of my precious son. Always. But David will come around one day. I know it. He'll look back and understand all that I did for him.
I see you have not come to grips with what you did, have you? After that harsh condemnation that Robert gave you, and you still don't understand? What more do we have to do to make you see?
What do you know? You have no right to lecture me. You've only been with David for 3 or 4 years. I brought him into this world and raised him to the man he is. You will never understand the bond, the almost 30 years that I spent with him. It's a never-ending, eternal bond.
It was David, your devoted son, that suggested that we move and relocate. More accurately, he made the decision to take me to his current place of employment. He put in a transfer to the position back east. He wants to make it permanent, and the company agreed.
You're moving there? To his current office? Seriously? What about your own job? Did you quit?
No, of course not. I was permitted to work remote, so I can work from anywhere now.
Very convenient, actually. I see. Well, then I will pack some things and be over there by the end of the week. I don't think so, Caroline. The address over here is not the one you were told. That was a company dorm. We found a more permanent place. What? You found a new place already? Where is this new place? I'm sorry, but I'm not permitted to divulge that information. After all, we moved in order to get away from you, so why would we tell you? You're trying to pull David and I apart! All I'm doing is obeying David's requests. As his wife, I have to obey his every command, right? Isn't that what you always told me? I can't believe that. David would never do that. You're hiding it from me. David will tell me, I'm sure of it. Okay, whatever. Think how you like. I really don't care if you believe me or not, to be honest. But if you continue to disregard David's feelings, if you continue to deny reality, I'm afraid you'll never see your son again. Pardon me? Not see my son? Not see my David ever again? There is nothing further for me to say to you, so maybe we can cut it short. What do you say? Goodbye. Wait, Anne, don't cut me off. What do you mean I won't ever see my son again? Don't you dare cut me off, Anne! You'll regret this, Anne! No matter what we said, no matter how we tried to explain it to her, she just could not accept the fact that David was sick and tired of her abnormal devotion and love for him. Maybe her love for her son is so strong nothing will convince her otherwise. David tried various ways to make his mother understand his feelings, to no avail. He came to me and his father for advice after countless attempts to reconcile with his mother. She was his mother, after all, and he wanted to settle the matter without breaking up the family. After his parents finally divorced, he sighed with relief, saying to me one night at the dinner table, "It's finally over." He finally seemed at peace with himself. My father-in-law was much the same way, apologizing for making us wait for so long. Maybe if he had had the courage to divorce her 10 years ago, all this might never have transpired. And I would not have endured such anguish. And what happened to Caroline, my former mother-in-law, you ask? I heard this from a friend of mine, and I would take it with a grain of salt. But apparently, she found a young man that looks strikingly like David. I heard she used up all the money she received from her divorce and used it all on this guy. Last I heard, she was deep in debt. She completely disregarded warnings from her friends and neighbors and couldn't stop sinking money into this guy. She's always had a bullheadedness about her. Once she latches onto something, she won't let it go. Maybe that's why she ended up losing everything she cared for. But will I reach out to help her? I'm sorry, but no thanks. I don't think she would even accept my help.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kyle, I'd like a word with you. Are you still taking time off work? It's been over 2 months now. Are you trying to get fired?
What are you talking about? I'm literally right about to clock out for the day.
Clock on? What are you talking about? You sat in your bedroom for heaven's sake. All you do is laze around in that pit of yours. I hear movement around the time you should be going out to work, and I get my hopes up thinking you're about to leave, but no. You do nothing but waste time on that computer. You're not the only one either. Even Ria's doing it. What's your endgame? Are you competing as a couple to see who can become the biggest disgrace of a human being the fastest? You're the shame of our family. Reevaluate your life.
I lost count of how many times I told you now, Mom, but the company Ria and I work for introduced a remote work system. It's so much better this way. We only have to go into the office a few times each month, and it's not like it has any impact on the quality of work we produce. This is just how people are working these days. Things have changed since you were young.
Remote work? What does that even mean? Gosh, you do come out with some ridiculous things. If you ask me, this is the company's strategy for getting the dead weight out of the way where they can't cause a nuisance to anyone.
What?
It means they're building up to fire you. You do understand that, right? Besides, how on earth could you be doing anything worthwhile for the company while sat in your pit eating potato chips? You're basically a NEET. It's pathetic.
I'd love to know where you're getting that information from.
Elsa told me.
My sister?
She said she saw it written on an image board online.
Listen, Mom, here's the thing. While there may be lots of legitimate, accurate, trustworthy information on the internet, there are also infinite numbers of people spreading their biased opinions, mistaken knowledge, and fake news. You can't just go blindly accepting everything you find on there.
How disappointing! Are you accusing your sister Elsa of lying?
I'm just saying she isn't the ultimate arbiter of all truth, and it's possible for her to fall for false information just like anyone else.
How dare you insult and look down on your sister! Stop speaking like that at once!
That's really not what I was doing.
Elsa isn't wrong about anything.
Wow, Mom. What am I even supposed to say to that? I'm fully aware she's your favorite. Nothing Ria or I could say will change that, so I don't know why we even bother trying. So can we just leave it there? And can I please ask you not to interrupt me while I'm working?
Don't pretend either of you are actually working up there.
Surely my sister's the NEET who doesn't do any work.
Elsa's done nothing wrong. She's working on improving herself so that one day she can marry into wealth and provide for me with the lifestyle I deserve. Which is why she doesn't qualify as a NEET at all. When will you stop being so hateful?
Oh, I see. That's what she's doing. Anyway, I'm starting work soon, so I won't be replying anymore. I'm locking my door until I clock off, so please, don't interrupt me.
Hold your horses, Kyle! We're not done here!
Mom! This is bad!
What is?
When we just got back from our trip, Ria's and my computers had been smashed up! They're completely wrecked! We can't even salvage any parts! It seems like someone bashed in the lock and broke in! You and Elsa are at home right now, right? Do you know anything about this?
Yes, your computers. I did you both a favor and destroyed them because they'd become nothing but playthings, enabling you to waste away your days.
What? What the hell have you done? Both of those computers were state-of-the-art models that only just got sent out last week! They were brand new!
Yes, and it's precisely because they were state-of-the-art models that I had to do it.
What?
You see, your sister Elsa thought it would be best to teach you both a lesson before you hit rock bottom in your descent into the depths of NEET oblivion. I couldn't bear to see my son in such a sorry state.
That's why you broke them?!
If you've got the money to throw away on expensive toys like that, the very least you could do is send some of it Elsa's way to help her pay for the house.
Help Elsa pay for a house? I have no words! Those were company computers, especially chosen for their ease of use and suitability for the jobs we do. They were infinitely more valuable than anything you or my sister could waste your money on.
You've got some nerve to accuse us of being wasteful. You and that wife of yours are the king and queen of waste. Isn't it a little rich to use fancy words like ease of use and suitability when all you do is play video games on them? Have you no shame?
Where did you hear we use them for gaming?
Elsa told me. She told me NEETs love spending money on expensive computers so they can play the best games.
Lord, give me strength. Mom, listen. I need you to stop treating everything that comes out of my sister's mouth like it's the damn gospel. Everything you're saying is wrong. Do you understand the gravity of what you've done?
If you refuse to stop bad-mouthing your sister, I want you out of your house.
What?
We don't have the money to be supporting a pair of lazy NEET parasites.
I see. I'm actually pleased you said that. We'll be gone tomorrow.
Oh? Well, that's great then. I'm pleased you accepted it quickly.
You should know that you, my sister, or this house will no longer be my problem when I'm gone. I'm washing my hands of you.
Actually, I think that's my line. You could crawl up to me on the street holding out a little tin can, and I wouldn't feel bad for 1 millisecond. We are done. Kyle, pick up! What's going on?
I take it you got the letter?
$7,000 in compensation? What is this?
It's the money you owe us for the computers.
What?
That's the sum of what you owe me and Ria for smashing up our computers.
$7,000? You've got to be joking me! Are you trying to defraud me? There's no way they worth that much. I can't afford that! This is all a dirty NEET plot to get your hands on some money using underhand tricks, isn't it?
Did you check who the letter's from? The company address and logo are clearly printed on it.
What? Your company?
Those computers were provided to us on the company's dime.
Provided to you?
Yes. They paid for them and had them sent out to us so we could do our jobs on them.
What?
The company computers we'd been using until now were all old models, and they were so inefficient it was affecting our work output. That's why they decided to use us switching over to remote work as an opportunity to phase out the older models, replacing them with brand new state-of-the-art rigs. Ria and I, requiring the highest specs of computer possible due to the nature of our work, were two of the beneficiaries of that initiative.
Even so, there's no way they could be that expensive. They're just computers, for crying out loud.
You might not understand the meaning of what I'm about to say because you're a tad tech illiterate, but our work mainly consists of video and image processing. It takes a lot of money to create the smoothest, most optimal computer environment for the kind of work we do.
I don't know what that means. You may as well be speaking a different language.
You don't have to understand. All you have to do is pay us back the money you owe.
I have no reason to believe the word of a NEET.
You don't have to believe me either. You're still not getting out of this.
I told you I'm not paying.
Cut the crap, Mom! Do you and Elsa still not understand the situation you've put yourselves in?
Kyle.
While we're on the subject, let me tell you something else as well. You and my sister have been spending money on frivolous junk like it grows on trees ever since Dad died 5 years back, haven't you? Which is why every single cent of the money Dad left behind in his will completely dried up 2 years ago. Did you even know? I'm guessing you didn't based on the fact your moronic spending habits haven't changed a bit.
What? Your father's money's gone?
Ever since then, Ria and I have been covering not only all of the costs on the house, including the rent, but also making sure you and Elsa always had enough to get by.
You have? Seriously?
But now you're giving us our marching orders, which means you'll be all on your own from here on out.
No way! Just wait a second!
Oh, and let me give you one final reminder, and I'll make it crystal clear so it actually goes in this time. You will absolutely, 100%, beyond any shadow of a doubt, be paying the compensation for smashing up our computers.
Oh my god! But me and your sister don't even have jobs! How do you suggest we get by without income?
You work. Bye. My mom and sister lived their lives on easy mode until now, being shameless enough to look down on me and my wife while having the supreme luxury of spending our money. But their failure to understand the meaning of remote work, due to their astounding ignorance of the world, led to them owing us a substantial sum of money. Thankfully, they did make the repayment of the $7,500 they owed their top priority, and we received our money surprisingly quickly. I heard from a friend they were actually smug about the fact they paid it all straight away in a single lump sum after taking out a loan, as if to say, Ha ha! No problem. That was easy. However, once again, as a result of their astounding ignorance of the world, they continue to go into debt to cover their day-to-day living costs, and even fund things like holidays and alcohol. But unbeknownst to them, the loan shark they were borrowing from was a notoriously shady lender, and on top of gangs of scary-looking bald guys in leather jackets showing up at the house, they received a mandatory eviction notice from the landlord because they'd been failing to pay their rent on time. I have no idea where they went after that. Rumor has it that someone strongly resembling my sister was spotted working at a strip club in a rundown neighborhood on the outskirts of town. But since I completely cut them both out of my life, I couldn't possibly say whether it was her.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.